So nice. Good morning. My name is Michael Villette. I'm coming to you from, I don't know, church council, something like that. And you may remember that we've recently received some grant money to use for our church, and one of the ways we're using it is with our guest musician project, and this is our second event under that funding. So please welcome Guy Langlois and Dennis Olson.
Good morning and welcome to worship this morning. We'll say together the welcome. We come into this place with thanksgiving in our hearts. We come into this place with hearts of praise for all that is. For this is God's day. It is our day. We are glad and we sing. Please be comfortable to sing our opening songs on this path, and there is room for all. There is room for all. Hishukish Sawak. Everything is one, and all is interconnected. As we gather, we acknowledge that we are gathered on the unceded territories of the Tishat and the Hupacheset peoples. I am really honored to live in these territories. Wanted to start with just a story. This is my own personal reconciliation kind of action plan. So some of you will know that Bruce and I, for a part of our holidays, traveled across this beautiful land. And I made it part of my reconciliation action plan to find out whose traditional territories we were driving through, and particularly when we were staying overnight, that to find out whose territories we were staying on and who were the traditional land keepers. And it grounded me in the land in a profound way that I don't know that I've experienced in my travels before. Not that I've traveled across this country before, but there was something about grounding myself in the with the traditional land keepers that grounded me in the wisdom of the land, and I think opened me to some beauty and awe that was just quite beautiful and astounding. We acknowledge the Christ candle. The candle of love is aflame. Christ and Christ's teachings are present with us as we open to the loving presence. In a moment, I'm going to invite you to share the peace of Christ with one another. And in this church, we practice a culture of safety and consent. So if today you would rather not be touched or hugged or even shake a hand, just wave at the person and they'll wave back at you. Peace begins with us. We commit to peace, peace with ourselves, and peace with our neighbors. Our hope is that the peace and justice we know will one day be known by all peoples of the world. You are invited to share the peace with each other as a symbol of hope for peace and justice in the world. May the peace of Christ be with you. Singing, "We Are the Singers." God's people. Go round Jesus Christ. I invite you to be seated. We're going to sing, "What Can I Do?" And as we sing, I invite the children to bring the gifts for the bread of life forward and come up for a story. What can I Thank you for bringing your love, for bringing gifts for the people at the Bread of Life. There's, I see many a good breakfast coming up in there. I see some oats and many other good things. How are you? Good? Wonderful. Woo. How are you? Splendid. What have you got, Juliet? Oh, a picture of your mom and dad. That's very pretty. I love the heart on there. Whoa. Pardon? Oh, very. That's gorgeous. Well, I'd like to share a story with you. Might be a story that you've heard. It's a story from the Bible. A long time ago, there was a man named Noah. Noah listened to God all the time. Noah prayed. Noah had a family. And one day, Noah thought he heard God say, "Noah, I want you to build me an ark." And Noah said, "Huh?" Good, because that's what I'd say. Huh? Can you do that? Can you say, huh? And Noah said, huh? God said, "Noah, I need you to build an ark. There is a storm coming, and it's going to rain, and I need everybody to get on the ark." And Noah said, I don't know how to build an ark, God. And God said, "I will teach you." And God told Noah exactly how to build this ark. Do you know that an ark is a big, big boat? And God needed a big, big boat because God wanted everyone to get on board so no one would be hurt. And so Noah built this big, big ark. And you know what people around Noah said? "What are you doing? Are you crazy? What are you doing?" And Noah just kept doing what God asked Noah to do. Because sometimes God asks us to do some things, and it's just what needs to be done. And Noah built the ark. Can you pretend you have a hammer? Build. Oh, there we go. Building. I don't know if they had screwdrivers. Oh, maybe not. Hammers, perhaps, right? And pieces of doweling to put the wood together. And when the ark was built and ready and the big boat was ready, God said to Noah, "Make sure that you have two kinds of every animal and bird and person. Everybody needs to get on the ark." And what do you think happened? Oh, there we go. All of the animals and all of the people, two of each kind, went on the ark one by one. Two. And then what do you think started happening? It started to rain. Can you make your fingers go like this? Rain. And it rained, and it rained, and it rained for a long, long time. And then what do you think happened to that ark, that big, big boat? They had to close the doors because there was so much water, and the water kept rising, and this boat started to float along. And it rained for a very long time. And then one day, it stopped raining. And Noah sent out the dove to see if the dove could find dry land. And then the water started to go back down again. And the big, big boat landed somewhere on the land. And Noah opened the doors, and all of the creatures, all of the people walked out into safety. And then sometime later, God came to everyone and said, "I am putting my rainbow in the sky as a sign that I will protect the earth always. I will always care for the earth." That's a beautiful story, one of our faith stories. And it reminds us to listen for God's voice. reminds us that God wants us to care for one another and all the earth and protect everything, as if everything were under the biggest rainbow. And we know that under the rainbow, there's room for all. The choir's going to come sing a song. We might help them.
Halfway through the song, there's going to be words.
Okay, you want to come sit over here just a little bit? We can listen to the song, and then you're going to go to godly worship. Ooh. Go. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Figure it out. You'll figure it out. We'll just stay here.
Are you happy there? Can you sort of see me?